I'm Allison Sugahara. I live in San Jose, California.
Hi, my name is Catherine Chambers. I'm from Santa Cruz, California.
Remember that movie, The Parent Trap?
Well, this is the story of how my friend and I parent trapped our parents.
This is my dad. After my parents' divorce, he was single for a pretty long time.
This is my mom. Just like Allison's dad, she was looking for companionship.
We knew they might be hesitant if we set them up ourselves.
So we actually staged a coincidental run-in. We think they were onto us, though.
You didn't speak to me that night. You were so nervous. I think you said goodbye to me. I said goodbye to you, but...
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was kind of a dud.
It took a while for my dad to actually ask her out.
I thought it might actually be something. The night that we went out for our first date, I found him very authentic, very real, and it's not what I was used to.
That first date was a couple of years ago.
And now they're pretty much inseparable.
Come on, that is adorable. And joining us now, Allison, who is in San Jose, California. Catherine in Santa Cruz. Allison, let me start with you. Your dad told you that he was happy being single, but this parent trap plan all started with, as I understand, a psychic told you that your dad wasn't as content as you thought. What did the psychic say?
Well, I actually talked to the psychic for my own, for me and my career, but she kind of mentioned my dad and said, wow, your dad's a really nice guy, but he isolates himself. I see him with somebody really soon. And I was like, oh, okay. That's pretty cool, because he would keep to himself all the time. And I really didn't think there was any possibility that he'd meet anybody.
Who brought this up first? Allison, was it you?
I guess so, because the day that I I'd talked to the psychic, I was like, hey, Catherine, let's go get some wine. And we met up and I was like, I have to tell you all about this psychic. And then all of a sudden in the last part of me telling her, I was like, oh yeah. And she said, my dad's going to find someone. And that's when Catherine was like, we should introduce our parents.
Okay, that's a risky move, Catherine, because here you go. You can gain someone for mom, or you could lose a friend if this doesn't work out. Were you worried about putting your friendship on the line for love?
Such a good question. I just had this innate sort of feeling like no matter what, it was just going to be a fun experience. And my mom had just been in this place of she was just having a great time in her life and wasn't looking for anything. So I was like, well, no better time than to meet someone when there's zero pressure. And no, Allison and I think we would have either way made it a fun experience for ourselves and knowing that we would have made it through.
I love this. Okay, coming up, we're going to meet Allison's dad and Catherine's mom, who say they were happy to get parent trapped. We're back. We've been talking with couples who have incredible late-in-life love stories, and they are so inspiring. I'm here to update the version of the story that we were just telling you about, the parent trap. So Allison and Catherine were friends, and they crafted an adorable plan to set up their single parents, Kiyoshi and Terry. They had no idea what their daughters were up to. Thank goodness for the daughters. It worked out. And here they are with us now.
Hi, nice to see you.
Terry, you said it was a dud. The date was a dud. What did you mean? I'm going to put you in the hot seat because it all worked out clearly because Kiyoshi's sitting there looking adorable.
Right. It was a dud in that, so when we were all sitting together, I just kind of was sneaking glimpses of him. And he was looking in a complete other direction, like frozen. And so then I ended up just speaking pretty much with Allison's husband, Derek, the whole time. And at the end of the evening, he may have looked at me and when I said thank you so much because he paid. But he was very nervous, he says.
Kiyoshi, so what were you staring at into the horizon?
I'm not scared with anything. I just I was really nervous. Then the good thing is, that my daughter's husband, he talks Terry most of the time. So I kind of, a little comfortable at the time.
Terry, you didn't know about the plan though, right? You didn't know you were being hooked up. So you just thought it was dinner.
Right. Kiyoshi was forewarned, which I think made him actually more nervous in the end. But it was my first day of school. I'm a teacher, and Catherine and I often celebrate on that day. So I thought nothing of, oh, we're going to go out. And then she said, oh, some friends are coming. So, okay, some friends are coming. And then Kiyoshi was there, and I kind of realized what they were doing when I saw he was my age and he's, Allison's dad. And yeah.
So at some point you were thinking, wait a minute, this is more than just us celebrating what's going on here. Terry, you're in your, what is it, 60s?
I was 62 at the time.
62 at the time. And both ladies described the two of you being happy where you were in your lives at that point. You weren't looking for love. You weren't on dating apps.
Right. We had tried dating apps a little bit, and we had pretty much it wasn't going well. We just didn't think it was the way to find our person, and so we had just stopped doing that, and we were content in our lives. I was sort of, and I was in a good spot, and I feel like Kiyoshi, you were too. So.
I think people relate to that. Kiyoshi, how did you rebound from the date?
First, the first couple of days, I was so nervous. I don't know what to talk about it. And if I, mention something and she didn't like it, what am I gonna do? I'm not good for the social. So that I'm having a hard time at the first couple of days.
So, but I finally said 6 weeks later, I said, Catherine, give Allison my phone number.
Oh.
If he's interested, he can call. If not, no biggie. But so then I did get a phone call.
Okay, Terry, I like a woman that takes a stand. Terry was like, give her my number. Let me fix this.
I could see that this was not in his personality to be assertive with women. Yeah. And that's actually part of his charm, because he's not he doesn't have a lot of game. He's a quietly confident person, but he's not. He is who you see, and he doesn't try to be anyone else. And
or
make a certain impression.
I just love. Listen, how could you not, Kiyoshi, fall in love with Terry? I mean, come on, she's adorable. I love that the two of you have the matching color scheme. That means you're official. You're officially going steady now that you have the same color on. Well, congratulations. Allison and Catherine, I'm so happy it worked out despite the challenges with Kiyoshi's game. It worked out. And congratulations, Kiyoshi. You're amazing. You're just a charming man, and I love seeing this love. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.